Hey, it's the Cranemeister here with Venture today at Meadowlark Park, Long Island, Northport. We're going to ride the trails here. We both run YouTube channels. Mine's basically, I ride all the Long Island trails, film the coolest sections, all by fat bike. I do some beach riding too, but everything by fat bike. Stay tuned.
Yeah! Riding with the Cranemeister. So we're riding Meadowlark Park with my coworker Scott. As he stated, he runs the Cranemeister YouTube channel and he rides all the trails on Long Island on his fat bike. And I watch all of his videos, and I suggest you do too if you ride on Long Island or anywhere else. Scott and I work at the same bike shop these days, but I actually met him a couple years ago. It harkens back to my Pivot Switchblade review video. It's a pretty rough video to watch. I definitely wasn't that good at editing, and my GoPro wasn't up to snuff. It wasn't 4K those days. But Scott was actually the one that set up the Switchblade that I rode for that video, and I'll just never forget it. Riding a Pivot compared to my Common Cell when I had really nothing upgraded on it yet, it was just mind-blowing. Like, I couldn't believe how good a mountain bike could be. It was just so confidence-inspiring, as cliche as that word has become, but it really opened my eyes to how good mountain bikes could be and how much I wanted to get into mountain bikes. I think I forgot to turn on my Strava or unpause it.
Oh, I didn't start mine.
Wait, did I leave my phone out in the parking lot? I think I did. We're almost there.
How do we get to the main trail to get back out?
It's almost here, I think.
I'm starting mine now. Too excited to ride.
Yeah. Alright, you can go first.
The jump section's coming now?
Yeah.
Alright. don't follow too close then.
Yeah. We're dropping into Meadowlark's infamous jump line. It got redesigned over the winter, I believe, and I've been able to get it down pretty consistently, but not perfect every time. And we're going to give it a little session. Yeah. Ready?
I'm ready.
Oh boy. Huh.
That was so bad it was dangerous. I didn't do anything on the first jump. The second one I landed like on the side of my tire.
Now once we got past the jump line section, Meadowlark Park kind of mellows out, and it is tough work keeping up with Scott on the flat sections. He was really making me have to put in a pretty hard effort. He's pretty dang fast, even on a rigid bike. Oh, yeah!
Here we go.
Here we're rolling into the concrete jungle, another infamous section of Meadowlark Park, and I've honestly never gone on the right line on the second half of the little concrete section. It's always just kind of spooked me, and I've always ridden it alone, and having Scott tow me in made it actually really easy, so I was glad to get that off my checklist. This section of turns is one of the tightest in the park. Not very friendly for 780 mil wide bars. You're gonna get stuck in there pretty easily, but I like the challenge. Oh, yeah. Little endo. This upcoming section is super fun and flowy. It's a little bit dusty, but I like the little tabletop kicker thing in the middle. I just wish there was a bit more of a catch berm at the bottom because it's pretty sandy and you could easily go flying into the trees.
The fatty can jump.
Now we're only getting closer to the most notable feature of Meadowlark Park, which is the biggest tabletop, I guess, out east on Long Island. And for a long time I've kind of struggled with it. I thought about making a video about conquering it sooner than later, but you know, all the coronavirus stuff, didn't really know if that was the best idea to try and push my limits and jump the biggest jump I've ever jumped. But I've been pretty close to clearing it before, and now that I was riding with someone for the first time in a while, I figured we'd give it a little session again, and turns out it wasn't too bad and I cleared it on my second try, so I was pretty stoked with that.
All right. Dropping.
As you can see, I got pretty sketchy on the landing on the third try, so I decided to call it a day for this one. And then Scott gave it a couple tries, and I think he cleared it.
Yeah! Nice!
That was it.
Definitely.
You can feel it. Oh wow, it's a lot packed up.
Oh yeah.
That was a great ride.
Meadowlark Park with the Cranemeister.
Good job.